My friend, Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms. Now, this one requires us to be in a different key. We can't just be in standard tuning of E, A, D, G, B. We need to down tune, so we're actually playing in a key down. So the song itself says to play an A minor, but if you play on a standard guitar, you're going to need to play on your 4th fret and play this chord. The whole idea, though, is you're going to need to go down to an F major to a G major to accomplish the movement. So now if you're on a standard guitar, you're going to play 4th fret open here, and then you've got an E major to an F sharp major. That's what it's going to look like for you. For everyone else that is down tuned and you're playing, let's just play with an A minor, an F major, and then a G major. These chords are full, but you can use a F major 7. You could use a G6, 9, F, G7, G major 7. Doesn't quite work because that blending tone is there. If you use a dominant, it feels like it's moving somewhere. So really, we're stuck with playing F major and G minor. Now, you can ultimately play a D minor over the top of the F, which gives the F kind of like an F6 feel, or the D minor a D minor 7, which is great because that feels good over the top of this. This is ultimately what they're soloing in. So there is nothing much to this song besides feeling out the rhythm and the tempo. I'm going to show you a couple licks on how to play a solo and spooge over the top of this and have fun, why don't you? If you don't already have a like and a subscribe to this channel, do it now, why don't you? Also, there's members only content, so check that out. So we're going to be playing an A minor. Now remember, we're down tuned. We got the A minor, and then we're going to play to the F major and then the G. We're going to be going through and playing the relative major of A minor, which is the C, and then back to the F and C. A minor, and a big old blaring E minor. We're going to go up to the F major and then to the G. The whole thing about this is, make sure we're tuned. The whole thing about this is kind of feeling like an Irish lament. The Irish lament is a very sad ballad, usually slow and whimsical. This definitely qualifies. So, these mystic covered mountains are home for me. But my home is in the lowlands and will always be. That is the A section. That's the verse 1. The verse 2 follows the same thing, except for the musical interludes. We're going to be having an A minor pentatonic. If you want to, stay away from half-step movements in here. This feels mostly ethereal, so we've got kind of like dyads from our pentatonic system, and I hope that makes sense. If that doesn't make sense, we're simply playing 2 notes that are a part of our pentatonic system. So when we play these, they correspond to each other and make intervals. And these intervals either sound pleasing or a little displeasing. And they're based off generally major or minor 3rd structures. You might get a little dissonance in there, like 4th or 6th. But all of these are corresponding to a C major, an F major, and a G major, no matter where you play these chords. The A minor is the relative minor of C major, the E minor is the relative minor of G major, and the D minor, or the D minor 7 that we've been playing, is part of that F major chord as an F6. So the most fun about this is just being able to solo over the top of it. If this is your first time to the song, I would suggest just laying down a looper pedal and playing over the chords of a "The sun is gone to hell," and then play over the. This is really one of those songs you get to take advantage of your pentatonic system. And if you don't want to play in the A minor pentatonic, you absolutely can play C major pentatonic. If you're not familiar with what any of these pentatonics are, please check out my channel. Subscribe to be